So what is your name and age?
My name is Spencer Walsh. I'm 17 years old.
Xavier Clements.
What are some of the negative perceptions around skate culture and negative perceptions in the media?
Oh, like skaters like trespass and smoke weed and are just like always like intoxicated or like damaging property, and that's sort of like held up in the media. There's not a lot of like really true depictions of skateboarding. There's like a few movies that are really good, and you know, for the most part, that's it.
How has media affected the perception of skateboarders, and do you think it has become more positive or more negative in recent years?
I definitely think it's gotten a lot more positive. There's been a lot more representation. Like skating's in the Olympics now. There's been like good movies like in recent memory. There's a lot. I see like a lot of short films. Maybe that's just because like, you know, it comes up in like my recommended. But there's a lot of like short films like portraying skaters in positive ways. And so the media is sort of like warming up to them. It's a good way to like reach out to a large demographic of people that other like activities and sports may not like reach out to. So I think it's a good thing, to be honest. Like the media is definitely being more like positive, but there's definitely still like media that's not looking at skateboarding that great, which kind of sucks.
So what is your name and age?
My name is Kwame Uva, and I'm 21. Might not look like it, but
What are some of the negative perceptions around skate culture and negative perceptions of skateboarders in the media?
God, there's so much. I think over time it's really mellowed out. I think the last Olympics we had skateboarding in it, which I think is like a pretty good step towards making it more like accepted. I think most people see skaters as people that don't have jobs. They're always loud and breaking stuff. And I mean, you could say that for almost every group that's out there. I think they're just looking at it the wrong way. Most of us, we have everyday jobs, 9 to 5s, whatever it is, and then in our free time, we skate. And you know, everyone should be allowed to do what they want with their free time as long as it's not hurting anyone. And I think skateboarding is a perfect outlet for everyone of all ages.
Do you feel there is a lack of respect when people find out you skateboard?
Oh yeah. I have family members that are like, "Oh, you're still skating? I thought you would give that up. Why don't you find a real job?" And I'm just like, have a real job, going to school. I don't see why skating neglects all of that. I think people just want to look at skating and just bunch it all together as they don't want to look at skating for what it really is. They want to look at skating for what they've been told it is and what they think it is with their own like biases. So there's definitely like a negative light to it.
Read this.
What is your name and age?
I'm Stephen Johnson. I'm 18.
Zeke Ross, also 18.
What are some of the negative perceptions around skate culture and negative perceptions in the media?
We're a bunch of druggies. We're, trespass or I don't know. We're just destroying property, I guess. Just being in places we're not supposed to be. What else? That's pretty much it, honestly. It's like pretty basic things that the media just like.
So have you noticed any like diversification over the years, or has it always been like kind of still like the same thing?
No, it's for sure changed. Everybody skates now. Like, fucking everybody. It's I don't know. I like it. It's a lot less like pressure, I guess, for like a new skater trying to come to the skate park and learn something or something like that. People have gotten a lot cooler.
What would you say are the most common misconceptions about skateboarding and skateboarders?
That's a good question. It's a tricky one too. If you think about it, skateboarding's been around really since, if you really want to put it down, since the 50s. And has had with the eras, there's been different misconceptions and there's different points of views by different people. But I feel like the way we are now, it's different than what it was when I started skating. When I started skating, they're punks, they're kids that are delinquents, that like to graffiti, the kids that just like to destroy. And I mean, to an extent, yeah, because you're a kid, you know? You're a kid, you wanna run around and do fun stuff with your friends, and sometimes you do dumb stuff. But the biggest misconception, I feel like people don't see it as a sport, they see it as a toy. They see this as a toy, and it's not.
What is your name and age?
My name is Garrett Morgan. I'm 36 years old.
Did you experience any pushback when you first started to found K-Town?
Oh man, yeah, definitely. I think there's 2 times in the history of K-Town where we came up here, and when the days of all of the stuff was wood, we made everything out of wood, and we came up here and everything was just gone. It took a couple months, maybe even a year or so, but we slowly started building again. And I believe it happened again where everything was just wiped out overnight, all of our hard work. And that was, for us as young kids, that was devastating, all of our hard work and all of our building. And
how has the skateboarding community changed over the years that you have been involved in it?
I'd have to say just the social media, and I think everyone needs to be seen these days, where before it was just about going out and having fun.
Have you noticed a difference in the skate community here and the skate community elsewhere?
I think every skate community has its own, personal vibe, I would have to say, no matter where you go. And even that community will change throughout the years as kids go to college, people grow up, new kids come in. There's a constant vibe change among all places. So I think this one's definitely unique because it's for us, by us. It's probably one of the most uniquest skate parks in the world where we've been allowed to build and create, what we've wanted so far. But
do you think the media benefits or harms skate culture?
It's a good question. The media, I guess, would only have to benefit skate culture because the media is just gonna project. The media is just gonna project, just more, I guess, advertisements, and whatever. And money's gonna drive the world, and skateboarding. Sadly, there's money to be made, so they'll always be that. But I don't see too much. Most of the things I see in the news about skateboarding are all positive things. Any snippets of skateboarding, which I think are very good for the most part.
So you don't think the media is still propagating those kind of stereotypes that all skateboarders do drugs and are uneducated?
Me personally, I don't think so. When it comes to movie media, I could say that stereotype is still projected a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. Everything's there. The stigmas are there for a reason, maybe.
Do you think the diversification of the skate cultures has helped kind of decompose those stigmas?
Certainly, yeah. I think just bringing all the cultures to the table and all the different people, bringing in young women and having older guys like myself who are still skating. I think you get the mix of you have Olympic skaters who are skating now. It's not just the stoner down the street. It's not a rebel sport anymore. It's I think skateboarding is getting more traction and everything, which is pretty cool. I like that.
As a skateboarder, have you been able to break the mold that you have been kind of forced into?
Tough questions. Let's see. I don't think so. I think I still have been stereotyped, and looked at, sometimes as a kid, you walk into a store, you're followed, or, people look at you with a skateboard and they think you're, not doing good. But I try to prove them wrong with the way I act. But yeah, I think holding the skateboard sometimes gives you a disadvantage in society sometimes, especially when you're a young man or young girl. going out, trying to do what you enjoy.